All right, these are also law of sines problems, but we actually have to sketch the triangle out. It's not a big deal. I'm going to use my line tool and I'm going to just make a triangle of which we really don't know um, anything about the angle. So this is a good example of not to scale. Remember that whole idea of don't expect my triangle to be to scale, um, because sometimes we need to just like sketch it and then worry about what the measures are later. So I'm going to label it. We're going to call it A, B, C, because that's the letters that we're typically using. Oops, big C. Okay. And then this is little a, this is little b, and this is little c. And let's label what we know. Okay. We know that measure of angle A is 38 degrees. We know that the measure of angle B is 74 degrees. And we know that side A is 31. Okay. And they want to know the measure of side B, which is perfect because that's opposite from an angle we know, and we can set this whole thing up just like a regular um, proportion for law of sines. So we can say B over the sine of the angle across from it, angle B, 74, is equal to A, we know that to be 31, over sine of A, which we know to be 38. And then using that picnic table method, we can say this times this divided by this, we'll find that. And since it's not an angle, we'll just type it in directly and find it. It is 31 times sine of 74 divided by sine of 38 equals B. Let's type it in. Let's find out what it is. 31 sine 74, you must close those parentheses, divided by sine of 38, 48.4, clearly choice D. Yay. Okay, law of sines. What are we going to do? We're going to make a triangle. I'm going to use my line tool. We don't know what this triangle measures, but let's do it. Just trying to make it a little bit more triangle-y like, not leaving huge gaps in it. Good. And let's label it. Let's label it as A, B, and C. A, B, C, and little a, little b, little c. And what do we know the measures to be? Let's drop those in. We know side C is 48. We know that side A is 34. And we know that angle A is 41 degrees. And we're trying to find angle C, find the measure of angle C. I can guarantee you that we're going to do one, we're going to have a problem. I think we'll make a multiple choice just for the sake of ease instead of showing all the work. But we will definitely do one law of sines where you find the angle, one law of sines where you find the side. Okay, so how do we find this angle? Well, we take what we know, 48 over the sine of the angle across from it, sine C, we don't know, we're finding that one, equals 34, the side we know, over the sine of 41. And then we're going to do the picnic table method. This times this divided by this will give us the sine of C, which is not what we're looking for. We're looking for C itself, but that's a good start. Say 48 times sine of 41 over 34 equals the sine of C, and then therefore the inverse sine of the ratio will give us angle C itself. And we can type that in and we can find approximately angle C is equal to, let's do it, inverse sine of 48, sine 41, close parentheses, divided by 34, and close those parentheses for the inverse sine as well, equals 67.85 or 67.9 approximately. And that's the answer we were looking for. I'm going to box it here, and I'm going to circle it up top, 67.9D. Let's do one more. Okay, I'm going to sketch it out again. Use my tool, triangle, 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 and let's just attach it close enough, right? Let's label it. We're dealing with A, B, C again. So we could say A across from little side A, B across from little side B, and C across from little side C. And what do we know? We know that side C is equal to 83. Side A is 44. Angle A is 31 degrees. And what we don't know that we're looking for is angle B. Aha. Well, we don't have any information on side B or angle B. Let's do what we did before in the other problem. What we're going to do is we're going to solve for angle C, and then we know two of the angles, and we can subtract to find the third. So what we're going to do right now is not directly jump to our answer. Right now we're going to find angle C, and then we can, by subtracting from 180, find angle B. You're going to need to really know that because that I'm going to tell you it might show up this way. Okay, so what do? Let's see. We say 83 over the sine of C equals 44 over the sine of 31. And then multiply the two diagonals that we do know, that times that, and divide it by the other one that we have, 44 equals that, picnic table-y style. Let's write that out. 83 times sine of 31 divided by 44 equals sine C, or another way to say it is the inverse sine of the ratio 83 sine 31 over 44 is equal to angle C. So angle C then is approximately equal to what we get when we type it in, inverse sine of 83 sine 31 divided by 44, remembering to close parentheses as you go, 76.29 or 76.3. And that's A, right? A. Busted. No, it's not A. Remember, we found an angle that's not the angle we're looking for. And you might have already caught that, and you say, hi, you didn't get me on that one, Mr. Massey, I already knew that one. What we just found is angle C, 76.3 degrees, but what we want is angle B. So what we're going to do is we're going to add them together. We're going to say 31 plus 76.3 together equals 107.3, and then we can take 180 minus 107.3. If you were uncomfortable with decimals enough that you don't know to add a zero here, and then borrow from this to give that, and then borrow from that to give that. If you don't know that, then sure, you can use your calculator, I guess. But you should get better at that, because that level of mathematics, you should say, I can handle that. I can handle that. Okay. And what you get then is angle B is 72.7 degrees approximately. And that is C, my friends, C. All right. Getting the hang of it, I hope. We got a little bit of law of cosines to do, and then we're going to be done with this whole problem set.